One of the questions there was about the change. What did you make of his answer?
Well, I'm not 100% certain, because I thought Heisegham's did well in the first half. So he said we're trying to play with 3 attackers, right? So then the 2 who stay up front split wide. That's why we see them trying to stop the fullbacks. That's good. So without the ball, Heisegham's he must see as his nominal number 9, who then drops without the ball. But then when they win the ball, often then comes up. OK, that's fine. So I thought they stifled them very well. Yeah. So he saw something that I didn't, and that was perhaps Heisegham's was saying at half-time that he was tiring, which is possible, whatever, or the feedback from the players was that they're tiring. I'll tell you what, they tired a lot more in the second half, because once you lack Heisegham's there to give you that security on the ball, and Bertos is turning it over all the time, you end up doing a lot more running. And that's why the Raw had a lot more control in the second half.
And Clint, he also said there that it nearly worked. I mean, in the second half, it didn't seem to have that effect, and Heiseghem was much more effective in the first half playing as the 10. So did you see it that way?
No. No, I'm not sure where it worked, where he thought it worked, because apart from that late chance to the fullback, Boxall, was it? That was the only chance of the second half of note.
Yeah.
So I can only think, on top of what Foz said, that it's possibly a reaction to what happened in the last few minutes of that half, where they had a couple of chances, Brisbane Raw. But up until that point, they were very comfortable.
But don't forget, he's also speaking to the players in at half-time.
Yeah,
so obviously they're seeing things that you can't see here, or the fans can't see. But I also like that he answered the question. No. It's a good question from Lucy. Yeah. It's a perfect question. Yeah, exactly. What was behind that? Because it fell apart in that area. Great. And he answered it as to what I like that. You know, it's not enough coaches that do that, because it gives us an insight into, you know, what their thought process is.
Foz, let's have a look at the first 2 goals. Obviously, Wellington scoring the first one. Very good play from them. The first half, they created quite a few chances. Very nice. Or are we seeing... No, it's come from here. So have a look at this. Talk us through it.
Yeah, so this is a lot of Raw players in this area of the field, so that they've been attacking, so they've committed a lot of players into this area, so they like to play short passing, right? So all of a sudden, once you get the ball here, you're going. Heisegham's comes around Brocky, so their movement off each other is good. And now they try to play the ball, the through pass, it overplays a little bit, but now they switch again, and Heisegham's decides I need to be in there scoring, and from here is good fortune, but it's also a great position from Heisegham's. Don't worry about that. You've got to be there to be able to score the goal. Yep. And where's he got? He's on the outside of the second defender, where he can't see him, and I imagine that Brocky's tried to shoot there. Yeah. Nevertheless, the position that he's in was perfect. That's a good player, and he's able to then take 3 steps and score the goal.
And here's the boy.
Here's a good example, because Sigmund got drawn all the way out. Now, that's a big gap in the centre of the park. Now, as these 2 are switching, normally what you expect is for Durante to sort of back off now, Sigmund to drop in, because that's zonal defence. This is basically man-on-man defence. That means you follow him and I follow him. Yep. But in the switch-over, then you can be beaten, because it gives them a few yards. That's a good example of the difference between zonal and man-on-man. Normally they play zonal. So in that moment, I think
communication wasn't there.
Got to be confused, and all of a sudden, it's a great little move. That's a beautiful finish. It was really the showpiece of the game, that finish.
OK, boys, let's have a look at the Les Murray medal points, and we've given 3 to Thomas Broich. Stein Heisegham's gets 2, particularly for his first half performance, and Luke Bradham with that goal to win the game gets the 1 point. So that's the first match of the round wrapped up. Join us after the break for all the latest from a